Mom? Hey, sweetie. You're home early. I thought you weren't supposed to be back till next week. Oh. Is everything okay? Yes. Everything is fine.
Hey, sweetie. How's it going? Sorry I missed your call. You look like you've seen a ghost, girl. What's going on? Sweetie? Baby, what's going on, sweetie? What's going on with you? Sweetie?
So have you guys ever heard of bereavement hallucinations or post-bereavement experiences? So this is when people report hearing, feeling, seeing, or sometimes even smelling people who've passed on. And it can show up in many ways, like seeing someone in a crowd or like hearing them when they're not really there and then just kind of wondering like, what's really going on right now? Actually, it's very normal. For some people, it's really comforting because they're reminded of the person and they feel really close to them. But for others, it's really unsettling and it feels pretty supernatural. And sometimes people question their mental health because they're like, what's going on? What's really going on? What's important to remember is that these events are usually tied to grief and short-lived and usually doesn't add dysfunction to the person's life. It's not a mental condition or breakdown necessarily that they're having. It's just part of how they're processing their grief rather. And it can be still, despite that, you can still feel quite unsettled from the experience. And so it's just something to keep in mind. And studies show 30 to 60% of people actually experience this during their mourning. So it's not a sign of madness. It's just a sign of loss. Have you guys ever experienced bereavement hallucination? I definitely can relate. I remember an aunt passing away and I had some guilt about her passing, just feeling like I could have spent more time with her. And I remember just outside waiting on the bus stop and looking over and feeling like I'm looking at my auntie and I started staring like, and saying her name and a bit like unsettled because I'm like, am I seeing things? And it took me a while to like appreciate that wasn't her, but it looked like her to me. And I remember feeling quite unsettled by that. But then I also remember stories from my mom who would talk about feeling like her mother would rock her. And even to this day, sometimes I feel like myself going from side to side, and I'll say, oh, that's grandma just rocking me. I can feel my grandmother's presence. Whether this is supernatural or just bereavement hallucination or whatever it is, it's your own personal experience. And at the end of the day, if it's not bringing dysfunction to your life and causing you mental distress, then it's something that generally will pass in time as you process your grief. So if you need any help or if you're feeling like you're struggling with this process, then please seek help and support.